advise you.
Today
we can advise you.
It's on Fridays that you
It's
can
on Fridays that we
So
don't
what
give
advice do you have today?
No, the month has just started. The same way August treated you. If you don't take care, September will treat you the same way.
Oh, so in short, no motivation message.
Motivate yourself. If you want to give up.
Okay. It is well.
Yeah.
It is well.
This country itself is a motivation to everybody. If you don't draw motivation from this country, right, then you are on your own.
I'm also motivating you to go and change.
To go on.
I was about to say if you have dollars, I'm motivating you to go and change the dollar.
No, yet.
Today at the Forex Bureau is 16 cities.
No, it's above. It's above
16 cities and some pesos.
Yes.
At the Forex Bureaus this morning, the city.
Yeah.
But so while the city keeps on depreciating, and the dollar keeps rising. Just last week there about it was like 15 cities. So all of a sudden the thing has gone up to 16 cities. Charlie. But anyway, fuel prices have come down a little bit.
Yeah, that's the consolation.
You classify 20%.
I said a little bit.
Where we do that, the politicians are
cumulatively. I mean, if you buy 1 gallon, you don't notice it. But if you buy it cumulatively, you get a discount of like 10 cedis.
Yeah.
Or something.
If you give 10 cedis to your child, right? A few months ago, that child would be so appreciated. In fact, many neighbors will tell you that you are spoiling your child for giving your child 10 cedis. Today they will reprimand you. No, I'm telling you.
We used to go to school those days with the equivalent. Or you see,
your days they know that.
You remember the small.
Your days will be the days that will call by Jimmy Bread.
You remember the small 500 CD coin?
Oh yeah. I remember that
one. Gold coin. It was very small. 500 CDs.
That's
it was
true.
Introduced, I think, during President Kufuor's time.
Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of like some 5 CDs today or something, if you like.
Yeah.
It was 500. Those days there was 10, 20, 50, 100.
Yeah.
The 100 CDs looks like the today 1 CD coin, and then there was the 500 CD coin.
Yeah.
So I think if you do the computation, that should be like the equivalent of 5 CDs or the value in terms of the value.
Yeah.
Right. We used to take that to school, and Charlie.
It was a big deal.
Oh, I can take it to school and take it, and we have some change left for the next day to
your mates are
buy ice
you,
cake.
so you buy and give them something.
But
your mommy beer. You remember mommy beer?
After you.
Yes.
After you.
That
was the penny.
Yes.
The
yes. They would drink and then this one give this.
But we've come a long way.
We have.
From drinking water in cups.
Yeah.
People will carry it in pans.
Yeah.
You know, where they'll put ice
in there.
A lot of ice blocks.
Yeah.
These were not cubes, ice blocks.
Yeah.
And then be carrying it around in town with a cup.
Yeah.
So you call them, they come, they fetch a cup for you, and then how much was it? It was like 10.
It was like no,
10,
like,
5.
I think
10 was the one that we tie in rubber.
Exactly.
That was 10.
And they were carrying the water in some bobrapa utensils. You know, bobrapa was used to bathe kids, right? But then sometimes, it's like a basin. Yeah. So. Hey, Charlie.
You stop and you buy.
Yeah, and then you drink. And then the next person will just take the same cup.
Don't drink and
nothing.
see.
It's not rinse, nothing. Then the person drinks.
But
we were healthy.
Don't drink and see.
Imagine Ebola.
And they were even fetching that water
from the stream.
Taps.
Yeah. The stream and the taps. If you had potable water, pipe-on water, that's cool. Taps. But otherwise, it's from the stream, straight. Or a well somewhere.
And then they go and put it in cooler.
Yeah.
It will be in the cooler.
Yeah. Then they'll use this method, they'll bend method to give it that nice smell.
Exactly. And
we drank all those waters, we are here.
Yeah. And those were the days when people will be carrying their ghetto blasters on their shoulders. And then they are jamming.
Usually I ask myself, why are they going to?
They are just entertaining the community. They are jamming and entertaining the community.
So there's one person who always used to have his ghetto blaster, which was also and he had ghetto blaster and had wireless.
Exactly.
So when it's 6 o'clock in the evening, Charlie,
they connect it. Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody. That was how information center started. How information center started.
Yeah.
You see,
the GBC news at 6 o'clock.
Yes. For some strange reason. Anyway, yeah.
We've come far. We've come far. Today we are drinking pure. You see, from being able to fetch water in taps to sell around to now, the Ghana Water Company Limited not being able to filter water properly because of the turbidity level of water.
Yeah.
And the silt that is in the water.
Yeah.
It's so disheartening that across the country, the water treatment plants that we have of the Ghana Water Company Limited is unable to perform. I heard the Ghana Water Company say that apart from the Volta River, all the other rivers that they draw water from are polluted. From the River Tano to the River Pra to the you name it, all of them are polluted. Why? Because of Galamsey.
We are just
because of illegal mining.
We are not angry enough. And when I say we are not angry enough, I'm not talking about gun-wielding anger, right? I think we are too docile as a people, and I'm not mincing words. About 38% of our forest cover has been lost to Galamsey. Let that sink in. We are not talking about felling of trees. So that used to be the biggest threat to our forests. Now we are talking about people moving earth-moving equipment into forest reserves because as a country we thought it was the wisest thing to do to send a bill to Parliament, an ally to Parliament, to allow people go to forest reserves to mine. There's been a crusade against it for God knows how long. Nobody's listening. Reason why we have to declassify Atimota Forest.
But why would we even want to allow the forest reserves that we have to be a place to go and mine? Why?
Question for the God.
Why? Money over everything.
Are we not learning lessons about climate change and global warming and how forest cover contributes to actually saving the environment and how depleting your forest cover will actually contribute to the global warming and the climate change that we have?
No.
Haven't we noticed that the temperatures that we usually get now when the sun is really hot? I remember from the beginning of the year when we got into February, March, thereabout, how the sun used to scorch.
Yeah.
Of course, the sun has always been hot, but the level of heat these days that the sun comes, it sure tell you that, Charlie, the world is getting warmer. The polar ice caps are melting, sea levels are rising.
That's true.
And all of that. And in Ghana, we are feeling the effects. Look at what is happening in the northern region.
Yeah, the drought.
There's drought, which is happening there. All of that are effects of climate change and global warming, and we are happy and okay to allow people to go and mine in forest reserves. And mind you, a lot of the gold which will even be mined in these forest reserves will not get the benefit of it because the amount of gold which is leaving the shores of Ghana unaccounted for is mind-blowing.
But for the fact
so a few private individuals and politicians will be the ones who are going to benefit from that.
Yeah. And it's because as a country we've operated on the premise of the future will take care of itself, right? Let's think about it now. And that's it. It's always about it now.
That
otherwise,
cannot be right.
Why would you say that people should mine in forest reserves?
That cannot be right.
You ask government to account for the monies it's gotten from giving licenses to mining companies to enter the forest reserves and ask how that money has been spent and what could be pointed to. Say, okay, because we allow people to enter forest and mine, this is the monument, this is the big ticket project that we have done. The point is, it's negligible. But then again, it affords other people to line their pockets. But for the fact that management of Ghana Company Limited,
Ghana Water Company.
Ghana Water Company Limited.
Yeah.
I said, Ghana Company Limited.
Ghana Water
that would have
Company
had
Limited.
President Akufo-Addo as the CEO.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a time it was called Aqua Veteran.
Yeah, at the point. But for the fact that they issued that statement from the central region, that the Fetua Fashe that many people had traveled to enjoy.
That there are water problems.
Do that without constant supply of water.
Yeah.
Galamsey fight had not even become an issue for the December 7 elections.
Yeah.
It had not.
It's not.
It had not been topical.
It's not taking center stage.
But for that statement from Ghana Water Company Limited, and like you said, they're saying that eventually they'll have to give up. And it's not because they take delight in saying that eventually we'll have to give up. It's practically untreatable. The water that they are drawing from the source cannot be treated.
So they tell us that it has to be 2,000. I've forgotten the term. The term that they use. Is it 2,000 HCl or ml or something? Yeah. I've forgotten the term that they use. I don't know why it has escaped me. That is when the water is treatable, and they'll be able to 100% treat the water, and it will flow through the taps. They'll be able to produce at full capacity. Now the turbidity level has risen to about 12 times that. 12 or 14 times that, because it's now at 16,000 of that turbidity level, and at 16,000 it means they are producing at, like they said, a quarter of their capacity. So if they can give you 100 gallons a day, they are giving you only 25 gallons a day. If they used to be able to produce 100 gallons, now they are giving you 25 gallons a day.
You're on your own,
Charlie.
You're on your own. See,
and we don't. So
we don't care. No, we don't care.
President Akufo-Addo, like, why? No, let me ask President Akufo-Addo, like, why? Because you are the person who said, I'm putting my presidency on the line to fight Galamsey. So essentially telling us that if he's going to deal with Galamsey and people will say they won't vote for him again, he doesn't care because it's about the future of the country. We applauded him for that. And it is the same President Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic, who, after Akonta mining had been found to be mining in forest reserves with evidence, the Minerals Commission, all of those people mining in the Tano Nimre forest, went on a platform where Chairman Wontumi, who is the owner of Akonta mining, was there and went to make that famous statement of, as it stands now, Akonta mining is not engaged in any illegal mining activity. Can you imagine that? So, like, what's up? Were you ever committed to fighting Galamsey? I mean, I was happy when the Galamsey fight was first declared. There was a ban on small-scale mining. When we did the ban on small-scale mining, did you see the turbidity levels of the water start improving?
Oh, yes.
Because there was no mining activity. All the silts began to settle properly. The waters began to clear and all of that. And then, I don't know what happened. When getting to the elections or whatever, before I realized, free for all. Then we are back to square one. So it means all that we did, all that President Akufo-Addo initially did, John Peter Mewu came, declared, a moratorium on small-scale mining. Said we're procuring drones. We said we're training people at UMAT. We said we're streamlining the licensing regime and doing all of this. Cost 90. Zero. All the money that was spent. Money was spent. So how many millions of dollars or Ghana cedis was spent?
So much.
It's now cost 90. Zero. So, like, President Akufo-Addo, what's up? Are you happy?
Ghanaians are happy.
You be who?
Anyway, so
no, like
let's move on. Right? Me deliberately.
No, you be who? Who die?
In 2020, we visited the River Pra, and this is a river that when it stains your shirt, you need Akasha or Parasol to get it off.
When people used to go and wash.
2020. So if you are still having that conversation in 2020, honestly, I don't know what else to add. Look, as a young reporter, I was so happy when I was sent to cover Operation Vanguard at Bema Camp when it was launched, and I saw all the accoutrement and all those things. Only for us to come back after 4 years to still have this same conversation. So
just a few people richer. That's all. Just a few people richer. That's all.
The issue about Galamsey is not that I'm indifferent, but I'm tired
because
I don't know what else.
We are helpless.
I can say that will change anything.
We're helpless. You heard a chief during one of the campaign stops say that Galamsey is a right of the young people. They must be allowed to mine. You heard the Konongo people tell you that nobody can stop them from taking the minerals that God has put in the belly of their own soil.
They're destroying the water.
It is impunity.
With impunity.
And the fact that they are doing it brazenly.
Do we not care?
Like I told you that when you go to Kumasi, just get to Enyinem. Look here and look here. Now I've seen a video of Champagne. Young people. Oh gosh.
In fact, I'll go on the pra and see all the Champagne machines on the pra.
Charlie.
Go to the press and see all the champagne machines that are on the press.
Let's go
right now, very visibly.
Galamsey, they won't finish today.
Very visibly. And like, oh, you know what I want to say? So the land itself is being degraded. All kinds of minerals are so arable lands, lands which could be used for proper agriculture are being destroyed.
Yeah. And the feeling that is reminding us. You remember the video, the audio we played, where the regional minister said all these military activities have been stopped, and that was where the MPPPC made those comments about. Because these people task forces have been disbanded. If anybody exactly. So if there is no fight, how do you expect those young people to be afraid? Nobody is afraid. So from now till December 7, and chances are from now till January 7, right? As many assassin as much as you can. That's the message. Gather as much as you can. Nobody will say peep. Then after we'll come and we'll start a fight all over again.
So you see why the last time we're having a conversation whether it's necessary to equip chiefs with some powers constitutionally to that you see why I was against.
No, but some chiefs are showing leadership.
Did anybody give him the power to do that? The power that he's having right now, he's destooling them.
That's the point I want to make. They wield so much power.
Yeah,
we need to see them use that power. Like IB said, we didn't go to parliament to change any law to allow Otunfo to do what he's doing.
Yeah.
So if every chief wants to be accorded the same respect, the ball is in your court. You know what to do.
You went to the chief in the central region. Is there Galamsey in the enclave?
Yes.
Why? Is there no good in the central region?
But there's no Galamsey.
There's no Galamsey
in Asin Kushia.
Yeah.
There's no Galamsey there.
And he consciously made sure that there's no Galamsey in his environment.
But he took us to, there's a bridge which passes to Asin Kushia, which passes on the river, and you could see the color of the water.
Exactly. Even though he's stopping it from his enclave, others are allowing it upstream. And so it's coming.
Charlie,
will we do anything about it?
We won't, my brother. We won't. We don't care.
Let's
like I said, Charlie, we'll die.
The headlines, the papers. Galamsey there.
President Akufo-Addo, please, Charlie. Oh, now you are going out of office. You won't come again, so you don't care.
No, now he can really fight it now because now he has nothing to lose.
Yes,
he can.
Exactly.
Kenasibe said that yesterday.
Kenasibe said it yesterday.
How are you saying he has nothing to lose?
What else?
He's not going to contest for
presidency. He put his presidency on the line. It didn't cost him the presidency, right? At least because there were signs that he was fighting it. So 2020, Ghanaians gave him another mandate.
This is when you should even fight it without regard and recourse for everything.
Nothing to lose. He's going on retirement.
He's going on retirement. He has lived his life.
No, this one it won't be Bawumia fighting it to be him. Akufo-Addo. No, Akufo-Addo is different from Bawumia.
Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose is not limited to political office.
Okay.
So there's nothing to lose.
It's subjective. Okay, I get you.
So in terms of political office, he has nothing to lose.
But as for the other thing that you and I, we can't say for a fact whether he has nothing to lose or not. Anyway.
I wonder why we've just thrown our hands up in there and nobody's doing anything about Galamsey again. Like,
well, no, but even look, even the media coalition, they are tired.
Yes, you spoke to Kenasibe yesterday, and honestly, you heard a lamentation, right? And it's good that it's now being moved to a new phase. The new phase is that lawyers must join the fight, right? Because you listen to this from the Asankrogha area, state prosecutors arrested Galamsey Kempis. They go to court, they say the Chinese people are dead and they've been cremated. Now it's turning out that they are not dead. So the prosecutor came and said he was deceived. So now he's been able to, just like the phoenix rises from the ashes, the Chinese have been able to rise from the ashes, and they are alive.
They go to court and they say there's no interpretation.
Yes, the Lazarus and campaign. They are now able to go to court in flesh.
And to be fair to someone like Kenasibe, I remember when people allegedly involved in Galamsey were apprehended and sent to the court. He was one of the first people who cautioned that if the court doesn't take care and its judgment is not so harsh and deterrent enough, we are still going to have these cases. And here we are. People are bold to commit these offenses because at the end of the day, they will still come
But have we seen any, apart from Aisha Wang, who we were told it won't be of any benefit to us if we prosecute, who was deported and later found her way back into the country before we now saw sense in prosecuting her, apart from Aisha Wang? Have you heard that any big man or kingpin has been arrested for Galamsey before?
Let's start with the excavators. I think we should arrest the people who...
The missing excavators.
Yes,
up to
that
now,
we can start from there.
Where are they?
The excavators. Some of them, when you are going to Botwe, some of them are there. Before you get to... from the corner place, what... social welfare. Immediately you move past social welfare.
Are there.
Some of them are there. Some of them are there. And then so I used that route, I think 3 days ago, and I was wondering what will become of those excavators. Because some of them are rusting away and what have you. I don't know.
But the assemblies can put them to use. But the fear is that if the assemblies begin to put them to use, before you realize they will because they were packed at the various assemblies and all of that. Before you realize they found themselves, they found their way onto into forest reserves doing Galamsey.
Are we that decayed as a nation?
I think so.
Wow.
I think so.
Wow.
Because it's like if you as somebody at the assembly, so you see that's why people are saying DCs are involved in Galamsey.
Oh yeah,
some
but
MPs are involved in Galamsey, and chiefs are involved in Galamsey, and they are there doing it with impunity. And like we've gotten to a point where now it's like the government has raised its hands up, thrown its hands up in the air, waved the white flag, we've surrendered. I surrender. We can't do anything about Galamsey. So
Pentecost, you guys have some song. I surrender. Or it's not Pentecost.
It's a hymn. It's a general hymn.
It's a general hymn.
Yes.
Okay, so the Baptists can also take it.
Oh yes. We have it in our Baptist hymn now.
Oh, you are a Baptist?
Yes, I'm a Baptist.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Wow. So you are in touch with your catechist?
Catechist? No, I attend Tesano Baptist Church.
You know the catechist I talked about.
There
was a certain Baptist catechist who became very popular. Yes, very popular. But we won't remind that.
If we don't do something about this Galamsey thing, it's like now we don't even know what to say again. I mean, no Kimping is being arrested. Jemaun to me is walking around.
He said, taking fans. Man is not doing Galamsey. You didn't hear the president.
It's not doing that.
Yeah. Well,
but they were found to be illegally mining.
Okay.
In a forest reserve.
Yeah.
What has happened to that investigation?
Exploration. Prospective.
Anyway.
Give us the papers.
Daily Graphic newspaper. Cleanest region ranking campaign. Minister inaugurates 9-member committee. So, Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, Lydia Sarah Malhassan, has set up a 9-member committee so that they can put out the modalities for regions, the 16 regions, to campaign to see to compete to see which one is going to be the cleanest region.
Hooray, we finally found the answer.
Oh, come on.
No, we found the answer.
Answer to what?
Not knowing it, all he had to take was a committee.
No.
Oh, Charlie, and it took us this long to realize it. So, like, by now, like, Accra would have become the cleanest city in Africa. All we needed was a committee and a competition. Anyway, better late than never.
Cleanest city in Africa, indeed. When Accra is dirtier today than when President Akufo-Addo declared that he was going to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa.
Yeah, but you can't blame a man for doing
what is it about Accra that we can make it clean?
I think it's got everything to do with our sanitation systems. You see,
really?
We don't have sewage system. Accra, the entire Accra is not sewage. It's just some part of Accra. So you still have vehicles coming to empty people's fecal matter at home. Let that sink in. You get a point.
No, but so the plastic waste and the polythene bags and all of those things that are there all over the streets, the gutters are choked and all of that. We are saying that there's nothing that we can do about that.
Yeah, we could enforce our bylaws for starters, or set up committees. That equally works.
The bylaws are there already. Are the bylaws not there? Don't the assemblies have bylaws?
The committees will enforce the bylaws.
Charlie, you see, a lot of things President Akufo-Addo has said have not come to pass. I'll make Accra the cleanest city. I'll put my presidency on the line. Ghana beyond aid. Everything go see him. Like, what's up?
No problem. We beg you.
You see, sometimes when you talk about these things, it makes you sound some way. And you sound like you're political. Meanwhile, these are things that are happening, and we have to speak about them.
No, but that one is general. You have to draw the government's attention to things that are not going so well, so then they get them addressed.
MPP parliamentary, Wale parliamentary rerun, nominations open for 3 days. EC suspends officer over unsolicited voter transfer. So, district officers are being sanctioned and being investigated for illegal voter transfers. When the NDC was blowing the horn, that's some 3,000 people have been illegally transferred here, some 1,000 people have been illegally transferred here. We were made to believe that the NDC is just blowing hot air.
Yeah.
Only for us to realize that indeed it is true. Some people have been transferred without their knowledge.
Yeah.
And we spoke about this yesterday, right? You know, just imagine the people, the chaos that would erupt.
Yeah.
So if political parties had not been vigilant, and these things had not been found out, just imagine what would have happened.
Yeah, but they tell you that's what politics is all about. If you are not vigilant, you will be out.
Right? The EC should be so credible.
Be a system that makes it possible that, for instance, if Cheddar doesn't have anybody there monitoring, Cheddar should be able to sleep soundly, knowing that the system he will not be cheated because there's a system in place to ensure that he's not cheated.
You can't. Why? Why do political parties have to police the activities of the EC before the right thing is done? Like, why? Doesn't the EC always get up and tell us that they are independent body and they know what they are doing and they
It is what it is.
Plea bargaining is not immunity. AG tells Cambridge Economic Crime Summit. That's the graphic.
Okay, the Ghanaian Times this morning. Let's partner to trace assets of criminals. AG tells International Crime Summit. I think we can start from the local space. Let's trace the assets of some people, criminals locally. Kolebu Teaching Hospital to build $18 million facility to address present, future health problems. Kudos. But let's fix the left first. First things first.
I understand Kwabena Mintakando got to Kolebu, and the Kolebu management team member came and asked, "Who are you?"
He said, "I am Kwabena Mintakando, the ranking member for what?" I say, "Who are you? What shows you are who you say you are?" Say you don't watch TV. I do, but who? No, I'm adding that one.
I thought you were there.
The who are you was an official question. You see, as in there must be a documentary.
Because like whoever asks Kwabena Mintakando, who are you? Is that person trying to tell us that they don't know who Kwabena Mintakando is?
But the point is,
so what's the meaning of that?
What document?
What is the meaning of that?
What document?
They should go away. What's the meaning of that?
Is showing that. So in a sense, this was what happened. This was the question and the meaning. So you had to seek permission from us before coming. That's the point. You have to alert us as management of the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, specifically the surgical unit, before you come, right? That was the argument of the management. You can't just spring a surprise on us. You are not President Mills going to the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority or Tema Harbour, right? But they got it wrong in the sense that this was a ranking member of a health committee undertaking his oversight responsibility. He doesn't have to alert you.
No.
Surprise visits are allowed.
Yes.
It's called oversight responsibility of Parliament of Ghana. But I think there was that misunderstanding. But mind you, there's also politics in this. See, Kwabena Mintakando will not come and see something that is wrong and then he will keep mute. He will speak about it. If he speaks about it, the political class, the governing party will not be happy. They will ask, who gave him access? And that innocent technical person will be
see, that's a nonsense going on in this country that we don't progress.
Anyway,
Ghana because of politics.
The other headlines here from the Ghanaian Times: Tamale High Court orders rerun of MPP Wale parliamentary primaries. Samson Ladi Anyenini was not happy at all. The legal representative of Mahama Kabiru, the victor of the now annulled election. Back page of the Ghanaian Times: loss reduction project increases ECG revenue by 30%. That's according to the MD. And MDA's chiefs must collaborate to facilitate development. OT Regional Minister. That's it for the Ghanaian Times this morning.
All right, Daily Statesman. Akufo-Addo fights for climate change vulnerable countries. Also, voting NDC will end free SHS. Lands and Natural Resources Minister John Jinapor is giving this caution. Abu Jinapor, rather. Samuel Abu Jinapor is giving this caution. And AG urges global cooperation against cross-border economic crimes. And Mike Okwe Jr. launches NPP campaign in Dom Kwabena. Lawyer calls for calm in Bimbagu. Bimbagu.
Yeah, the community people know themselves. They will adhere to the call. They will become.
The first time I'm hearing. Back page of the Daily Statesman newspaper. There's only one story here that caught my attention. Clifford Abuaji joins Libyan side Al Moraj SC. Libya.
Yeah.
People are leaving Ghana to go and play football.
Rwanda, or people are going to play.
No, I beg, don't compare Rwanda to
No,
Libya. Libya is a failed state now.
Yeah,
so that's the point.
I'm saying that Rwanda or
yes,
people are going
Rwanda,
to
Kagame, but don't do. We all compare Rwanda to.
This is Libya.
Yeah.
You get that 3 or 4 years ago, we're told
You
that
are even lucky that the player didn't go by road. The player could have gone by road to go and play football in
but
Libya.
Libya used to be the brochure of
no anymore.
You're not talking about used to. You're talking about now.
No,
people were going to play ball, football in Egypt, football in Egypt, in Libya, in Morocco, South Africa, all of those places.
All the countries you've mentioned currently are better than Libya, but that is fine.
Yeah,
I'm done with the Daily Statesman.
Daily Dispatch: fuel shortage, cancellation of allowances, and doom so. Bawumia reminds Mahama of his failures as president. Pusigat District EC boss suspended over illegal transfer of voters. Mrs. Na Jama Opoku Prempe starts campaign for MPP in her home region, Greater Accra. Is that Napo's wife?
That's Napo's wife.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. But you don't believe that's Napo's wife?
No. I've not said I don't believe that's
Napo's wife.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
Okay, no,
I don't know if she's Napo's wife. That's why I'm asking.
Okay,
I wanted to be sure.
That's okay. So now you are very sure.
I beg you. Please, I beg you. NPP MP for Suhum disrespects Bawumia and still intends to contest as an independent candidate. Hey, Charlie. Why are all these people going independent?
It's that way.
From the NPP. They should be careful, though. They should.
Yeah, it's Formina showed the way. And you know that once you win, you are in a good company. No, Formina soon became very important that the party will have lost parliament if he had not gone independent. You get the point?
Yeah. Anyway. So that's it for the Daily Dispatch.
The Chronicle is the final one I have. Samuel Dinapo warns, do not cast your ballot for NDC. They will destroy the free SHS your children are enjoying. Let's have a 2-4 image on our currency note. That's according to an Islamic cleric. Dami calls for fight against cross-border economic crimes. And quotation for this morning, Proverbs 19:20. Listen to advice and accept instruction, that you may gain wisdom in future. Yes. So that's the word of God from Proverbs 19:20.
Thanks be to God.
All right, the final one I have is the Daily Post newspaper.
And back page, sorry. Today is Pastor Mensa Utabel's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Happy birthday to Pastor Utabel.
It's when? The church member is speaking. The church member says it was Sunday. Okay, but still... happy belated birthday.
Be bold.
Yes.
That is the message he has been preaching recently.
Recently, right?
Be bold.
Yes.
And do things. You love the girl. He loves you.
Yeah.
Be bold and marry.
Remember this is advert. Scientists don't discover. You know, they cover something. Have you guys forgotten?
Yeah, way back. Way back.
I need to go and look for it.
Yeah. But now he says be bold.
Yeah.
We are bold.
Yeah. Be bold. Take bold steps and bold decisions in this life.
Yeah.
Be bold.
Yeah, we must pay credit homage to Nana Kuredu Rollins.
Anyway, the Daily Post newspaper, Zimbabwean University names Students Leadership Award after Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. Also, an open letter from Akatapori to Minister of National Defense, National Security, Kandapa, urgent request for investigation into potential security risk stemming from voter data breach. Also, EC admits mistakes in provisional voters register upon NDC's prompting, and December polls, forensic audits of register non-negotiable according to the NDC, and comes with a photograph of Dr. Omane Boama, who is in charge of their IT. I'm done with the Daily Post.
All right. The Inside newspaper, Napo petitioned over demolition of NPP Guru's 10 flats by the Baumias and Ramadans. Hey, sir.
So you have petitioned Napo, the running mate, to deal with the boss. Hey.
No, to talk to the boss so that because the boss and his in-laws, right? The Baumias and the Ramadans. Yes. The boss and his in-laws.
Yeah.
Or am I mistaken?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so is your boss and his in-laws. So you go to with petition, you go to him and go and plead.
No, that you appeal. You don't petition. Petition the Charlie. Hey, you are petitioning they subordinate against the boss.
Petitioning him to go and appeal.
Oh, begs Napo too. Yes, you see, that would be the headline.
No, but they
begs
Napo.
Anyway.
So that he will go and beg.
No problem.
We
can only wish him well.
Ghana's democracy in danger because of EC's autocratic posture. That's according to Kofi Bentil. Care Ghana calls for summary rejection of nationwide protest against EC's provisional voter register. Abbas Adamu Giwa calls for peace and unity after being installed Adantimhine of Ikuapim. And Englishi Alata royal family calls for justice, accuses National House of Chiefs of undermining chieftaincy traditions. So that's it for the Insight newspaper this morning.
Okay, let me take you to the sitting room. Otum for these tools, Rempemhene for abusing secret oath. EC must apologize to Ghanaians for bloated voters register. NDC implement plans to curb Galamsey now. Kanashibi tells Baumia. Ghana set to raise cocoa farm gate price by nearly 45%. Sources say. Galamsey, majority of Ghana's forest reserves under siege. That's according to Aruja Ghana. Yesterday, you engaged Darrell Bosu, who made that point here, and court orders 45,000 Ghana cedis compensation to each victim of the Techiman South shooting. Walwala MPP parliamentary primary, Kabiru will not abandon rail run. Lawyer. Omanibuama warns against criminal mistakes in voter register handling. And fire destroys multiple shops at Kaswa. I don't know. We seem to be in a season of fire. There's a one that is raging on in Makola for the past 4 days.
Central Business District.
Charlie.
Some way.
And then peaceful elections, not sole responsibility of EC chairperson Bosman Asari. This is in the list. Attempt to shift the goalpost. Imagine
the EC themselves
just play its role.
Play your role and play your role well. Don't let people have doubts about you and the work that you are doing. That is what is causing people to be apprehensive and on edge.
Simple.
So just do things that will not make people talk. Every day you're posturing. That's what Kofi Bentel has been saying. Every day the EC's posturing is some way. We are gods unto ourselves. We are not going to listen to anybody. This is how we want to do our things, and we'll not listen to anybody. Why won't people, miss? And if people do not trust the EC, it is a recipe for disaster in this country.
That's a problem.
Because if you come and announce results and people don't trust you already, and there's even the slightest little thing which may not even be anything that is untoward, imagine the chaos that will happen. The EC will be minded.
Exactly.
They should be minded and stop that. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway. StarFM.com.gh. Otumfor resolves KNUST Vice Chancellor reappointment issues. Plaintiffs agree to drop suits. Professor Pukwa Jiman begins tour of the Western region. Professor Nana Jane Pukwa Jiman begins Western region tour. Ododo Dio constituency welcomes Napo's wife as she begins campaign. Asantehene distools 90-year-old Rempim Hene for abusing Asante Great Oath.
90-year-old man. Yeah. I'm sure you've heard that clip.
Yeah, Charlie. Election 2024. Edem Agbana targets 95% votes in Ketu North for NDC. Armed bandits raid northern Ashanti mines, shoot 2, and loot gold worth millions. Wow. The authorities should be on this.
Yeah.
Rema donates 105 million naira to Christ Embassy Church in Benin. Stoneboy featured on Jordan Sparks' new album No Restrictions. So, yeah.
Wow, this is just coming from the Ghana National Fire Service. The eastern part of the affected structure at the Accra Zongo Lane fire has just collapsed. The entire structure, the eastern part of the structure has just collapsed. Fortunately, no firefighter nor civilian casualties were recorded.
Thank God for that.
Efforts are still underway to fully douse the protracted fire. It has been on for 5 days.
Wow. It just keeps burning and the foundations are getting weak.
Yeah, and that's the thing. After this, the integrity of the structure cannot be guaranteed. So everything will have to come down. Yeah. It's a women that I cry for. Many of them were still struggling, and they were pleading to be allowed access to go salvage their wares. No, that's not a very good thing to do. It's not advisable. And so you should understand why the firefighters were preventing them from accessing the facility that was on fire.
Anyway, so that should do it for the news review. There's a special birthday wish here, so let me do the birthday wish. It says, "Happy birthday to Honorable Nana Ekuya Owusu." Happy birthday to the Honorable Nana Ekuya Owusu, a free parliamentary candidate for Ablekuma North, the former deputy ambassador to China and deputy director of the Coastal Development Authority. On this special day, I wish you God's blessings, good health and prosperity, and above all, I wish you a massive win come December 7th elections. May the Operation 80% votes for you and Dr. Baumia come to pass. God richly bless you. And this is from Honorable Omo. So that's a happy birthday to Nana Akosua Owusu Ofriye of the NPP Ablekuma North. She's a parliamentary candidate for the NPP in the Ablekuma North constituency. And Honorable Omo is sending this message, wishing you a happy birthday. It's 7:47 a.m. You're still listening to The Morning Star here on Star 103.5 FM. We'll take a break here. When we return from the break, yesterday I had a conversation with the Auditor General Daniel Yao Domelovo on state of affairs, and the conversation we had is on corruption. So we'll bring you back that conversation here on The Morning Star. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.